Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital's Nina and Carly seem to like the same men, but they don't like each other at all. They have been constantly fighting for years, but do they even know what they are still arguing about? Carly and Nina have been at each other's throats since the Nixon Falls days. Their on-screen fights are epic, but they are friends off-screen. Some fans have had enough of their arguing. Their bickering has become redundant. It may be time for something to change between the women. Every soap needs a great rivalry, and Carly, Laura Wright, who is a Daytime Emmys nominee, and Nina, Cynthia Watros, fit the bill on GH. The two women were never fond of each other, but they became bitter enemies when Nina kept Sonny, Maurice Benard, away from his family, and let them believe he was dead, while she fell in love with him in Nixon Falls. To make matters worse, the mob boss left his wife for the Crimson editor. Carly retaliated by keeping the identity of Nina's daughter a secret, and the anger between them continues to grow. Their arguments are legendary, and the fights have gotten physical on more than one occasion. Many fans love this utter dislike between them, and would be happy to see it continue forever. It's even more fun to know that the actresses truly love each other off-screen. What's a soap without an epic rivalry? Some are done with Carly and Nina. It was great while it lasted, but sometimes it seems like they are fighting just to fight. Recent confrontations have them just rehashing their same old grievances. Nina defends Willow, Caitlin McMullen, while Carly defends Michael, Rory Gibson. There is nothing new to fight about. There was a point where the two women teamed up to get Willow away from Drew, Cameron Matheson. They were actually on the same side, but that didn't last long because their plan failed. They went right back to bickering, but some fans would have liked to see them become friends. There are few rivalries in soap opera history as explosive, emotional, and endlessly debated as the ongoing war between Nina Reeves and Carly Spencer on General Hospital. For years now, these two strong-willed women have been locked in a feud that's torn families apart, divided fans, and reshaped Port Charles itself. What began as a series of betrayals and misunderstandings has evolved into a battle of power, pride, and pain, and it shows no signs of cooling down anytime soon. But at this point, even devoted viewers are starting to ask the same question. Is this an epic rivalry that defines GH, or has it finally gone too far? At the heart of the Nina and Carly rivalry lies one of the most emotional storylines in modern GH history. It all started years ago when Nina, after discovering that Nell was her biological daughter, realized the cruel truth that her child had died before she could ever know her. That heartbreak, combined with years of mental health struggles and manipulation, set Nina on a path of pain and vengeance. Enter Carly Spencer, the fiercely loyal, sometimes ruthless woman who had ties to Nell's death, Sonny's love, and the world Nina desperately wanted to belong to. From that moment forward, the two women were destined to collide. The moment that cemented this rivalry as soap legend came when Nina found Sonny Corinthos alive in Nixon Falls, suffering from amnesia and living under the name Mike. Instead of calling Carly and letting Sonny's family know he was alive, Nina made the fateful choice to keep his secret, letting him live out his quiet new life, while she enjoyed the peace that came with it. To some, this was an act of compassion, allowing Sonny to heal after years of mob violence and emotional strain. To others, it was pure betrayal. Carly, of course, saw it as unforgivable. When Sonny finally returned home and the truth came out, the fallout was volcanic. Carly's rage was immediate and total. Nina, meanwhile, refused to back down, insisting that Carly's constant control over Sonny had suffocated him for years. That argument would become the foundation for their feud. Nina believing Carly always gets her way and never faces the consequences, and Carly believing Nina is an unstable, manipulative woman who ruins everything she touches. Over time, the feud expanded far beyond Sonny. It infected every corner of Port Charles. The courtroom battles over Wiley, the SEC scandal that nearly landed Carly in prison, the complicated marriages and friendships that collapsed in the crossfire. All of it tied back to this bitter rivalry. Even those who wanted nothing to do with their fight, like Willow, Michael, and Drew, got dragged into the chaos. Naina's decision to tip off the SEC about Carly and Drew's insider trading marked a new low point, a move that not only destroyed her relationship with Willow, but also solidified her as public enemy number one. Carly, on the other hand, has been far from innocent. Her disdain for Nina has been brutal and often hypocritical. She's lied, manipulated, and fought dirty in her own right. Yet fans can't help but cheer for her at times, especially given how much she's endured. The loss of Sonny, the betrayal of friends, and the collapse of her once peaceful family life. Laura Wright's portrayal of Carly has always carried that fiery strength that makes her impossible not to root for, even when she's in the wrong. On the flip side, Cynthia Watros has transformed Nina Reeves into one of GH's most complex women. Fragile yet fierce, broken yet bold. Watros brings a depth to Nina that makes her impossible to dismiss as just a villain. Nina's pain, her longing for connection, and her inability to let go of resentment make her one of the most tragically human characters on the show. That's what makes this rivalry so fascinating. It's not good versus evil, it's two flawed women refusing to back down. But as months turn into years, some fans are starting to show fatigue. Social media has been buzzing with viewers asking if the Nina versus Carly story has finally run its course. It's been the same fight on repeat. One fan wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "Nina does something awful, Carly retaliates, everyone picks sides, rinse and repeat." Others argue that while the storyline may feel repetitive, it still delivers some of the show's best acting and most intense scenes. Every confrontation between Wright and Watros feels electric, loaded with years of tension that never quite dissipate. The show's writers seem aware of this growing divide among fans. Recently, GH has dropped subtle hints that the feud might be reaching a turning point. Carly has been shifting her focus toward protecting her family and rebuilding her business, while Nina is facing the wreckage of her own actions, particularly losing her daughter Willow's trust. Yet in true soap fashion, every time it seems like the two women might finally move on, something new reignites the fire. Behind the scenes, both actresses have spoken candidly about their characters' dynamic. Laura Wright has praised the writing for exploring the psychology of rivalry between strong women. Carly and Nina's story isn't just about hate, she once said in an interview. It's about pain, misunderstanding, and survival. They've both been hurt deeply, and they react to that hurt in different ways. That's what makes it so real. Cynthia Watros echoed that sentiment, saying, "Nina doesn't see herself as the villain. She sees herself as fighting for what she's lost. That's what makes it powerful." Still, the tension between the two has gone far beyond personal grudges. Their feud has become a symbol of something larger in Port Charles, the clash between control and chaos, forgiveness and vengeance. Every time Nina tries to prove she's changed, Carly's distrust reignites the old wounds. Every time Carly tries to move on, Nina's insecurities and need for validation pull her back into conflict. Recent episodes have shown both women at a crossroads. Nina's marriage to Sonny continues to hang by a thread after he discovered her SEC betrayal. Her desperate attempts to win back his trust are breaking her down emotionally, while Carly's refusal to gloat, or even engage, shows a surprising maturity. Perhaps for the first time, Carly is realizing that the best revenge isn't destroying Nina, it's living well without her. But GH rarely lets peace last long. Spoilers hint that another twist could soon thrust them back into the same orbit. Rumors suggest a new business deal, a hidden alley, or even a health crisis could bring Carly and Nina face to face again in an unexpected way. The question isn't whether they'll clash again, it's how explosive it will be when they do. What makes this rivalry resonate so deeply is that it mirrors real human emotions: jealousy, guilt, grief, and the longing for justice. Both women have legitimate reasons to hate the other, yet both are also victims of their own pride. Kali can't forgive. Naina can't let go. And the more they fight, the more they become two sides of the same coin. Even the men in their lives have become collateral damage. Sunny, caught between loyalty and resentment, has been pulled in both directions, while Drew, once a stabilizing force for Kali, has struggled to remain neutral. Michael and Willow, who once hoped to keep the peace for the sake of their family, are now living proof that Nina's choices still have ripple effects. The irony, of course, is that Nina and Kali are more alike than either would ever admit. They're both strong, independent, passionate, and fiercely protective of the people they love. They both crave control, and they both feel things deeply, maybe too deeply. That's what makes their scenes together so magnetic. When they face off, it's not just two characters arguing, it's two ideologies clashing. As fans debate whether the feud has gone on too long, it's worth remembering that General Hospital thrives on conflict like this. Legendary rivalries, from Alexis and Sam to Anna and Liesel, have always driven the show's most dramatic arcs. But few have had the same staying power or emotional weight as Nina versus Kali. Theirs isn't just a catfight. It's a psychological tug-of-war between two women who see themselves as survivors in a world that constantly tests them. The next phase of their story could go in several directions. Some fans are hoping for a moment of reckoning, maybe a shared tragedy that forces them to work together. Others want to see one finally outsmart the other once and for all. Still, others believe the ultimate twist would be forgiveness, something neither woman has ever truly mastered. In the end, the question isn't whether Nina and Kali's rivalry should end, but whether it can. These two women have hurt each other too deeply, too often, to ever fully move on. But that's the beauty of General Hospital. It thrives on complicated emotions, blurred moral lines, and characters who never stop evolving. As long as Laura Wright and Cynthia Watros continue to deliver powerhouse performances, this feud will remain one of the show's greatest strengths. Whether fans love it or loathe it, everyone has an opinion, and that's exactly what keeps Port Charles alive. So is the Nina and Kali rivalry an epic saga of love, loss, and revenge? Or is it time for both women to finally call a truce? Either way, one thing is certain: General Hospital wouldn't be the same without their fire. And as long as there's unfinished business between them, that fire will keep burning. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.